Okay, so what I want to do is I'm going to go over what's been happening for the last 4 or 5 months. And what changed was the approach that I was doing. And I remember sitting there looking at your guys' website, and I remember looking at something on the back end of your site, how many keywords we had, and I was talking to Doug, and he had mentioned that you guys had hired someone. And this is previous to that. So last year, from February till November, you guys had a dedicated SEO person. And it didn't make sense that there was someone there looking at it because I didn't understand why there weren't any keywords. So this is your guys' site here, and I saw a couple of sites. There's Dougmarshall. There's these guys here, Norland. Um, these guys, Grand Prairie, Jeep Dodge, and I think there was one other one. These guys here, Ken Sargent. So to simplify the whole thing, what I did was I went into all their 4 sites, their back ends, to see, well, what are the keywords? Like where are we not doing well? And give me a second here while I just sort this out. So take a look here. Norland Chrysler, 58. There's 58 keywords that they have written in the back of their page. And I'll show you actually how you can see that in a second. But so this is Norland Chrysler, and these are all the keywords that they have. I'm going to highlight it here. All of these are here. So there's about 50 of them. Sorry, 58. Next we have Grand Prairie Chrysler, and again they have 50. And you can kind of put whatever words you want in the back, and you can kind of take a look at that. Next we have Ken Sargent, and they have 48. And then we come to us, Dougmarshall. We have 20. And this is completely blows me away, and this has been my challenge, is that I want to do this type of work because I can see these things, and you could say, like, well, why do we only have 20? And they might say, let's look, like, well, okay, we're going to look into it. But what's there to look into? Like, how do you not know there's 20? And if you're paying for a dedicated person that was looking at this, then that person's education on this is not adequate. Because you can't go with 20 keywords for a year, but you're still paying for this. And this is the same situation we had over at Wheaton Honda. So that's that. So what I did was over the last few months is I've been doing kind of mainly blogs. So if you take a look here, there's one blog here, and I actually wrote about 4 to 5 of them, and I would write them on certain vehicles, then I would submit them to directories. It's all called offsite SEO, search engine optimization, but it's all offsite because I wasn't able to get to the back end of our site. I did other things to kind of get us more traffic, to kind of people to come to our actual site. So a few months ago, if you take a look here where I'm clicking right there, a few months ago we were in 3rd place for these. The keyword search was Chevy trucks for sale in Grand Prairie, Alberta. When we did that, we only came on we were on the 3rd page below Kijiji, but we were better than the GP Auto Center. But now we're on the 1st page. Second, Chevrolet trucks in Grand Prairie. Now we're on the 1st page before we were on the 2nd. And how we find these things, and they should be able to do this as well, is Google has a word finder that you can go into. And I'm going to do this for you right now, actually, to kind of show you how it works. So you can go into Google, do a Google search, and you can put keyword tool. Google AdWord keyword. There we go. And then you just click on this. And from this process here, you can actually kind of punch in the keyword and so on, what we're looking for, and how many people we're going to get clicking through on that. So that's how basically I got that information. Again, a free tool that they could easily be using as well, but they're not. So let me just go back to this. So the 3rd thing I did was, this is your YouTube channel. And what I started doing was, if you take a look where this cursor is right down here, you'll notice that I started kind of changing up the names and stuff. And we have Grand Prairie, High Level. And what I started doing was, remember those keywords I was just showing on the previous little slide there of all the keywords? I started putting them into our videos. So what Google basically did is they noticed that we had tons of information out there that was kind of new. Because if you take a look at this video, although it is a video from, I think this is from Chevy, whoever it is, I took it and uploaded it to our channel. So Google looks at that and says, oh, this is actually original content. But then I tag it for our own city. or not our city, but like other cities around us and Grand Prairie as well. So by doing this every 3 months, kind of Google, well, they say 2 to 3 months, that's up to somebody, but the Google spiders, they crawl through and they look for new information, and that's why it's taken time. So now that Google keeps picking this up, that I have all these videos on there that are new content and new blogs, slowly we started kind of coming up front. And so if I go to Google here, sorry, I'm going to go through all this here. Take a look here. Chevy trucks, Grand Prairie. We're #1 now. We were actually on the second page before. And the Kijiji was always coming up front. So these now are actually up top here. And that's just honestly doing a lot of work on off-site SEO. And that's what pretty much I spent every day doing. There was a posting done on Dougmarshall's Facebook page every single day because Google looks at that, so I had to make sure there's always something every actually third day because I didn't want to annoy people who actually like our page. You'll notice the dates, February 27th, you have February 20th there, February 27th, February 19th, February 14th, so there's always something kind of going on. And even on Twitter, although there's no Twitter people in Grand Prairie, I kept it going. If you take a look at the dates here, 24th, 25th, 23rd, 22nd, so you can see the work was always being done. It was just the biggest challenge because the Wheaton Honda and all the other dealerships I used to have and the ones I here have in the city, there's so many people around to engage with, so that was my approach, and we've done well there. This is the only one that I had to do like really old-fashioned SEO stuff. So simply put, what Google wants, it wants original information, it wants original videos, it wants original blogs. Those are two things nobody wants to do except me. I love doing that. But instead of making the videos by coming out there, which would have spent more money just kind of coming out there, I decided to take the videos off of YouTube, which we're allowed to do, and upload them to our own account. And that helped with our SEO. And then I wrote blogs, one a month, and I submitted those. So that's how we actually got all the way up to where we are now. And now, from this point on, I actually want to continue doing this. But some of the things you've got to talk to them about is this, like, how can you go, how can this be possible? I mean, take a look at this. And even in a simple way, actually, let me show you. I didn't even show you this. Just take a look at this. If you're wondering, well, maybe they don't know how to get this information. It is so easy. Take a look at the screen right now. I'm going to double click, actually single click. View page source. You can do this on anyone's site, as long as you go into like the white area on the left-hand side. View page source, and there it is. That's the background. And here's the word keywords, and here's your keywords. I mean, the idea is at least put the model numbers of the vehicles that we have. I mean, you're paying for this service, so why are they not putting it in there? And they just don't. It just blows me away. So that's pretty much my presentation I want to send to you to let you know, like, this is what's been going on. I know you haven't heard from me, but I didn't want to keep coming back to you telling you it's almost there, it's almost there. This is what's been done. You are #1 for 2 searches. There's some searches, honestly, I need more time on because it's so difficult. Used trucks in Grand Prairie, we're still on the 3rd page. It's a highly competitive word, but I'm up against Kijiji, which is constantly posting. But I know we can kind of get up there. I've taken us from the 3rd page to the 2nd page when it comes to used trucks for sale in Grand Prairie. I know it sounds so similar. Trucks for sale in Grand Prairie, then there's used trucks for sale in Grand Prairie, but they're 2 different ways, but that's what Google says, that's the way it is. And new trucks for sale in Grand Prairie, we're on the 2nd page. Before we were on the 3rd page for all of them, we're only left on 1/3 page, which is for this one here, and I want to kind of continue doing this type of work to kind of get us all onto the page so that you guys look at this and say, hey, wait a second, if this is the work that's been done, I can continue doing more. So that's my quick little presentation for you guys. I hope that made some sort of sense. Thank you.